Hi, I'm Shane.
I'm Kelsey, and this is Dixie, and
we're
we're
Love Hut for Life. We've been on the road now for 38 weeks and our self-built tiny house slide-in camper thing on the back of our truck.
That's right, we have. And this week we've been exploring the deep south on our way back to Shane's family land so that we can do some much-needed TLC and repair to the Love Hut. It's been a great week, guys, and we've had a lot of fun. I'm really excited to get to show you our neck of the woods.
Make sure you guys subscribe and hit the thumbs up button on this video, as well as click that little bell so you get a notification every time we post one of these, which is every Saturday.
Y'all enjoy, and don't forget to comment in the bottom to let us know what you think. When we left you last week in Graham, Texas, we were on a mission to make it to the deep south as quickly as possible.
This, my friends, is the Pine Curtain. This is where the west stops and the south begins, and Kelsey is from just inside that line.
As usual, when we're coming through East Texas, we just had to stop and see what the Warrens were up to. I absolutely adore my big cousin Gwen and her beautiful family.
I always look forward to stopping here. This is such a great little family, and they are by far the biggest supporters of the Love Hut that there is. And look at the view from our parking spot.
Next morning, we had about a 5-mile drive to go and hang out with my grandmother for just a little bit before hitting the road again.
Kelsey's family is actually only about 45 minutes away from our 24th state, Louisiana. But we had a bit of a drive to get to our final destination today, the Kisatchie National Forest. Did I say that right?
It wasn't too long after entering this national forest that we found our next beautiful free camping spot. We spent our night nestled deep into the trees, enjoying all of the beautiful sounds of the South.
You'll wonder why you see me wearing cowboy boots with my shorts. This is why. This grass could be dangerous. You never know what's hiding in there.
As much as we were enjoying our cozy little spot buried deep into the trees, we had another state line to cross that day, and it was time to hit the road again.
We would never dream of coming to Louisiana and not eating their delicious food. It wasn't quite crawfish season, but we found a bold plate anyways. That andouille was delicious.
With our bellies full, it was time to hit the road again, this time crossing over the bridge of the Mississippi River.
Heading east over this river is always a sign I'm headed home. The accents change, the trees change, the cost of living drops, everything changes.
I used to argue that Texas was the South because geographically it's lower on the map than this area. But after living out this way for a couple of years, I can't deny he's right. Things are just a little bit different here.
We patiently and slowly made our way down the narrow and curvy roads of the Bienville National Forest and got to our free camping spot just in time to have a few beers before sunset.
We were set up for the night at the head of what you could tell used to be a Forest Service road. So the next morning, we just couldn't resist ourselves and had to find out what was back there.
The Bienville National Forest is by far the least maintained national forest we've had the pleasure of visiting. But that doesn't take away from its beauty, nor does it make me complain and not want to return.
There's no question, being surrounded by multiple different types of tall trees and underbrush is mine and Shane's happy place. It always has been, and with all of our travels, I still think it always will be.
When we were done with our little hike, I was pumped to be back on the road because we were about to cross my favorite state line. Leonard Skinner can agree with me too.
We both got pretty pumped when we saw crystals on the side of the road and just couldn't resist the urge to stop in for lunch. But then Shane sang Sweet Home Alabama all the way to the state line.
We quickly made our way to the Tombigbee River because I wanted to do my favorite southern pastime, catfishing.
It was a beautiful little spot right by an abandoned boat ramp, so we thought we were good for the night, but it wasn't long before a game warden showed up and very kindly warned us that we might not want to stay there that night.
We do know of a few free camping spots within proximity to this location, but we were too excited to be fishing and we broke the rules. We paid for a spot so we could camp on the water and fish into the night.
I'm generally pretty against paid campsites, but I have to say Jennings Ferry on the Black Warrior River is a really, really nice spot. And this guy over here turned 32 at midnight, and I was inclined to give him whatever was going to make him happy.
Yep, another year older and still have that goofy grin on my face as I sit and hope a fish bites this line. But I guess I have progress. Look at this pretty Texan I talked into coming with me.
We took our time getting out of there that morning, but eventually it was time to hit the road again.
Boiled peanuts and Milo's sweet tea are probably two of the most iconic Alabama treats one could buy. After getting necessary supplies, we enjoyed our little trip through downtown Tuscaloosa, home of the Paul Bear Bryant Stadium, and headed into the hills and hollers that I call home.
I love these backcountry windy roads so much, and the people that were on the other end of these hills and hollers. They were just as excited to celebrate Shane's birthday as I was. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Shane. Happy birthday to you. This is the ninth one of Shane's birthdays that I've gotten to celebrate with him, and I couldn't be more grateful that he was put on this earth.
And I couldn't be more grateful to actually get to spend a birthday with my family. That night we set up in the driveway, but the next day we had a little bit of work to do. I'm gonna need a little bit bigger of a parking spot for the plans I have in store for this love hut.
We had a spot to park it, but due to our height, it was going to take a little bit of tree trimming before we could even think about getting it back here. It wasn't easy, but after a long day's work, we did manage to squeeze the love hut back through this driveway and nestle it underneath the trees, where we'll have plenty of room to do all of the work and repairs that we plan on doing over the next few weeks.
That gave us time to get back to Meemaw's for dinner, and then I got to do another southern task, and that is taking care of a yellow jacket's nest. You know you gotta burn these things, right?
Yeah, it's definitely not the safest of tasks, but hey, it had to be done. And you know what they say, happy Meemaw, happy life. And she sure did look happy.
The next day was the beginning of the daunting task of removing the hut from the truck. With the assistance of my mom and my favorite little red truck, we headed into town to buy lumber.
Me and Dixie had absolutely no interest in this trip, so we hung back and watched over the house while we waited for them to come home.
With all of our lumber and supplies unloaded, we fired up the Alabama taxi service to head to my grandmother's house. We actually even have an opportunity to pass by the birthplace of the love hut en route. This was all family land, so we're all very close together here. We've got a lot of work to do this coming week, but to be honest with y'all, I can't think of a better place I'd rather be doing it.
Have missed sleeping in Alabama rainstorms.
We went deep into the South, huh?
Yeah, that's right. We're in our neck of the woods now, and just super excited to get to show all of you everything that we love about Alabama over the next couple of weeks while we get some work done on this house. As you can see, it is already up on stilts, so we've got some work to do.
We do intend on taking the house completely off of the truck and going on a few adventures around here that the love hut just possibly couldn't get to. So y'all stay tuned to see what happens.
Yeah, guys, be sure and hit that subscribe button. We do want to take a moment, just like we do every week, to let you know that we appreciate each and every one of you. Everyone who has subscribed, liking, watching our videos, and y'all sharing it is the most helpful thing that you could do for us. Thank you so much. We appreciate each and every one of you. Peace out. We'll see you next week.
Bye, y'all.